even as a child, I remember thinking, she could beat me, but she cannot beat my outfit.
What's going on, y'all? It's 4K, and today I'm gonna tell you guys 5 key topics on how to enhance your creative shoots. Let's get straight to it. As you guys can see, we have our beautiful set right behind us, and this leads us into our first topic, which is shooting constant light. So for today's collaboration shoot, we are shooting photo and video, and since we're shooting both, I decided to opt in with constant lights, mainly because I want to have the speed to switch back and forth between photo and video very quickly. So as you guys can see, we have 2 Amaran 300Cs, and we also have a Nanlite Forza 500B with a projection mount. And the reason I opted for these again is just because I want the speed, and also being on set, working with multiple people, multiple creatives, you want the opportunity for everybody to pretty much see what the outcome will look like. Now that we're done discussing lighting, I want to go ahead and talk about my other camera equipment that we're using for today. I'm going to be using my Sony a7 IV with my 24-70, and then for video, we're going to be using a Sony FX6 with the same lens, and then we're going to be tethering my photos into my 16-inch MacBook Pro. So we're going to go ahead and introduce our beautiful team for today. Right here we have the talented model and designer Mani. She's the one that created the look for today. And then we have nimzykabibi on the makeup. She's located in Atlanta. And so that's pretty much our team for today, and we're going to go ahead and get straight to work. My second point is using different props to take your shoots to the next level. So in my shoot, what I did is I used Mylar and fog. As you guys can see, the fog really just added that haze look to my visual. You know, it kind of give it that mist cinematic feel, and that really helped with the projection mount, and that also helped just to kind of give the overall image like a more cinematic feel. And then on top of that, to get this kind of like water shimmer effect onto the background, I use this material called Mylar. Now, Mylar is pretty cheap. You can get it on Amazon. I'll make sure I have it linked in the description below if you guys want to get some for yourself or for your shoots. But basically what you do is you put this material on the floor, and when you shine light at it, the light will bounce off of the Mylar and onto the background, and it'll create this crazy kind of like a water ripple effect onto your background. You got to see it in person. But pretty much I did that because I wanted to not just shoot on a plain backdrop for this shoot. I wanted to add some extra depth into this visual. So by doing that, you know, it just kind of added a different element. And also in some shots, I got the model and I had her lay down on top of the Mylar, and instead of those reflections being on the wall, some of those reflections were reflected onto her face. And that was just, you know, a cheap roll of Mylar. Isn't going to cost you a lot, but the visual effect that it's going to have is going to be like times 10. So what I'd recommend you doing is next time you're doing a creative shoot, try to think of some props, try to think of some elements you can add into your creative shoots that'll pretty much take it over to the next level, whether it's fog, whether it's Mylar, and whether it's, you know, just any type of prop you can find your hands on just to take their shoots to the next level. My next point is to offer collaborations. Now, what I mean by that is when you're doing these creative shoots, you know, it's easy to just hit up a model or hit up a friend and you guys just come together to create something dope. That's very possible, and I've done that very well. But if you guys take it a step further and collab with a model, and collab with a makeup artist, and collab with a stylist, and collab with other people to help you guys on set, the end product is going to be so much better, because when you work with the team, it allows you to be focused on what you're great at doing. So when you're working with a team, you don't have to be focused on what the model is wearing. You don't have to be focused on making sure that her makeup looks good. You don't have to be focused on making sure that you guys get behind the scenes during the shoot. When you have a collaboration, you guys are working as a full team, every person on that team is allowed to focus on what they do, and they're allowed to be great at whatever they're doing. So I would recommend you guys to, you know, offer collaborations to like-minded people in your city or your surrounding area. And the number one way that I reach out is to just reach out in a way where you're not exactly asking too much of them, but you're trying to show them a vision that, you know, aligns with everybody, because that's what it is in the end, is a team effort. So if I'm gonna come to you with an idea, I'm gonna make sure that, okay, this is something that'll benefit me and that'll also benefit you in the end run, which also goes into my next point, which is shooting something that aligns with your vision. Now, this is one of the biggest lessons that I've had to learn in my career, but make sure that you guys, when you're doing your creative shoots, make sure that you're shooting something that's going to align with what you want to do in the future. So what I mean by that is, if you are a food photographer and you want to continue to be a food photographer, don't do a creative shoot that's, you know, on the beach with like a swimwear model. You know, that doesn't align with what you want to do in the future. You know, that's cool if you just want to have some fun, but if you want to create something that'll ultimately help you get more paid work in the future, you want to make sure that aligns with what you want in the future. So for me, I did this creative shoot because it's been on my mind some time that I wanted to create a fashion editorial video just to show what I'm really capable of, so that, you know, bigger companies can contact me and bigger fashion brands can contact me, and I can make some content like this for them in the future. So my advice to you is, okay, you know, if you would like to shoot more weddings, or you would like to shoot more family, or you would like to shoot something like this, a fashion editorial, make sure that you're shooting it in a way that it'll reflect the future work that you want. And that'll not only showcase your talent, but it'll help other clients in the future see what you're capable of doing, and they'll hire you for the type of work that you want to be creating. So for my next point, I'm going to talk about using Pinterest, Vimeo, and things like Instagram to get inspiration. So for this visual, one of my key inspirations was this video that I saw on Vimeo a while ago. It was like a mock spec perfume campaign, and I really love the look of this, and I kind of wanted to get that similar feel in my video, but I wanted to have like a little twist on it to make it my own. So I'd recommend, if you guys are looking to do a creative shoot, hop on things like Vimeo, which has tons and tons and tons of great video examples for you to show the rest of your team. Or if you're just looking for personal inspiration, Vimeo is a great place. And Pinterest is also a great place. That's the #1 place I go if I'm looking for photography inspiration. So for example, minimal photo shoots, you'll get hundreds of thousands of results of different type of portraits that multiple people have taken. And then from there, you can kind of just make a mood board and show that to whoever you want to work with, just so that you guys can get on the same page before you start shooting. So that's it for this video. If you guys really enjoyed, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.